Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Today we're gonna try an exam question. It's to do with trigonometry. So let's read the question. It says the diagram shows three right angled triangles and prove that y equals 3 over 4n. So what I would start with is initially I would first call this T1. So for triangle 1, T2 triangle 2, and T3 triangle 3. Alright, so in triangle 1, which is this right angle triangle here, let's label it. So this 30-degree angle, the side opposite it is y, the side adjacent it is this one here, and this would be your hypotenuse. Okay, I'm going to try and find the hypotenuse. So I have, well, let me write down the triangles for the three trigonometric ratios. That's for the sine, cos, and the last one is for the tan. It's a bit small, but I'm gonna need some space over here. Okay, so in this triangle I have the opposite side, which is y, and I need to find the hypotenuse. So I'm gonna use the opposite and the hypotenuse. So I'll go to my trigonometric ratios and I see which one of them has opposite and hypotenuse. Here this one has, sine has the opposite and the hypotenuse. Okay, I need to find the length of the hypotenuse, so I'm going to cover hypotenuse, and that is going to be, so 4t1 comma hypotenuse is equal to opposite divided by the sine. So the hypotenuse is going to be the opposite, sorry, you can say y divided by sine 30. Now sine 30 is a half, so that is going to be y divided by a half. And I divide by a fraction, I multiply by its reciprocal, so y times 2 over 1, which is 2y. Now I know this length now is 2y. So for triangle 2, this is my opposite side, this is my adjacent side, and that's my hypotenuse. Okay, alright, now in this case, in triangle 2, I have my adjacent and I need to find out the hypotenuse. So I go to my three trigonometric ratios and see which one has adjacent and hypotenuse. So for the sine, you got opposite and hypotenuse. For cos, you have adjacent and hypotenuse. So that's the one which I'm going to choose. Right, let's do this one in blue. So for triangle 2, again I'm finding the hypotenuse, but this time I'm using cos. So where is it? There we go. So I cover the hypotenuse as adjacent divided by cos. Let me get the pen. Hypotenuse is adjacent divided by the cos. My adjacent is 2y divided by cos 30. And we've got to learn these values by heart. In the exam they won't give them to you. This will come up in the non-calculator paper. So that's 2y, oops sorry, divided by, and the cos of 30 is root 3 over 2. So when I'm dividing by a fraction, I multiply by its reciprocal, so it's 2y times 2 over root 3. Now those of you who are familiar with surds will know that our denominator should not be irrational ideally, so it'll be 4y over root 3, and I'm going to multiply it by root 3 over root 3 to rationalize the denominator, so that'll give me 4 root 3y, and root 3 times root 3 is square root of 9, which is the same as 3. Okay, so I don't know how this will look, the green, 4 root 3y over 3, let's see. No, it's alright. 4 root 3 y over 3. Now in terms of T3, this is your adjacent side, 4 root 3 y over 3. N is your opposite side, and that's your hypotenuse. So I've got the opposite and I have the adjacent. So I look at my three trigonometric ratios, and it's going to be tan, which uses opposite and adjacent. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and split this up. There's not much space on here, so I'm going to split it up, and I'm going to do the last bit in green. Hopefully I can fit it in this space. Okay, so for T3, I'm finding the opposite, so I'm going to cover the opposite, and the opposite is adjacent times tan. So opposite is adjacent multiplied by tan. So the opposite side, we know the opposite is n. Our adjacent side is 4 root 3 y over 3 times tan of 30 that would be 4 root 3 y over 3, and the tan of 30 is root 3 over 3. So when I multiply this, the 4 root 3 times root 3 will become 4 root of 9, which is the same as 4 times 3, which is the same as 12, and that's n. So root 9 will be 3, so 4 times 3 is 12 y over 9. So I need to make y the subject. I'm going to change colors here, so let's try yellow. Okay, so I multiply both sides by 9. So I've got 9n, ooh, very tight for space. 9n equals 12y, and divide both sides by 12. Very tight for space, and just about fit it in here. I'll just draw a little box here so I can just continue. So 9n over 12 equals y, and 9 over 12 is the same as 3 over 4, so I can divide 9 and 12 come in the 3 times table, so I can divide the numerator and denominator by 3, so that'll be 3n over 4 equals y. And it says prove that y is equal to 3 over 4n. and we've just proved it over here. Okay, that was a slightly difficult question, but you need to know your trigonometric values for 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90 by heart to solve these kind of questions. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.